वन्दे बोधमयं नित्यं गुरुं शङ्कररूपिणं नियमाश्रितो हि वक्रोऽपि चन्द्रः सर्वत्र वन्द्यते अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. Love is the sweet expression of life. It is the supreme content of life. Love is the force of life, powerful and sublime. The flower of life blooms in love and radiates love all around. Life expresses itself through love. The stream of life is a wave on the ocean of love. Life is expressed in the waves of love, and the ocean of love flows in the waves of life. What a comfort love brings to the heart. The heart tickles with the thought of love, and waves of life begin to roll on the ocean of love. Every wave of life is full with the ocean of love. Yes, such a life is worth living. Every wave of life full with the ocean of love. Such a life is life. Such a life is worth living. And who lives such a life of all love, of bliss, of power, and of peace? The fortunate ones. And the fortune is open to all to design their destiny and begin to live life in all love and joy. The fortunate one uses the instrument of deep meditation and probes deep into his heart. Then the waves of love gain the depth of the ocean, and the ocean of love fills the heart and thrills every particle of being. Every wave of life then flows in the fullness of love, in the fullness of divine glory, in the fullness of grace, in bliss and peace. The stream of life then flows on the tidal waves of bliss, and the ocean of love permeates every wave of life. Love is highly sensitive. It is the most delicate power of life. And life is the most dynamic expression of love. Love is delicate, and at the same time, it is most vital and strong. A tiny, tender wave of love rocks the boat of life. Love takes life from the pangs of separation to the bliss of eternal union. From the insurmountable pangs of separation to the unlimited joy of eternal union swings a tiny, tender wave of love. What a miracle God has created in love. Let us live it. Let us be in love and live in love with one another and say to ourselves quietly, let thy will be done. A soft impulse of love is the soul life of a melting heart. A tiny hope of love brings the light of dawn through the darkness of a lengthy night. And love, even as the twinkling of the faintest star, keeps the light at the altar shining. And in that faintest light of love, someday the beloved finds his way and creeps on in silence, in quietness, drawn by the tiny, tiny love which kept the door open in the hope of fulfillment. In the hope of fulfillment that someday and sometime the darkness of the night would give way to the brightness of the midday sun in a clear sky. The catch of love, though tender, is firm and strong. The glory of tenderness and strength is the glory of love. One wants to remain tender in the strength of love. The strength of love makes one tender and firm, makes one weak in wrong and powerful in right, brings forgiveness in authority and grace in all fields of life. And this is the destiny of the fortunate. Love is the fortune of the fortunate. Abundance of love is the goal of all destiny. Fortunate are those whose hearts flows in love. A loving heart, a heart full of love, is the precious essence of human life, and that, when it flows in unbounded tidal waves of bliss, it is the glory of the Supreme, the blessing of Mother Divine, and the grace of God. A wave of love flows over the whole range of life. It sweeps over the whole range of creation. The power of love pilots the plane of life, here, there, and everywhere. Love takes life from home to hill, from hill to hill, from home to home. Love is desperately seeking. It keeps the path alive and warms the goal. The silent force of love knows no barrier. It takes the life from the ruggedness of mountains to the roughness of the sea, and there, in silence of wilderness, and even so in the noisy horizon of the sea, the vast expansion of the unbounded love from a distance brings a breeze, cool and fresh, to cool the heart and soothe the pangs of separation. The delicate and kind hand of love takes life from the prick of thorns to the softness and tenderness of a rose. On the softness of the cradle of love, the life swings from the loneliness of a desperate quest to the rich plains of fulfillment. A tender spark of love lights the light in loneliness. It burns alive the pangs of the bygone past and spreads the light of hope and joy and fulfillment. And a tiny spark of love does it. Love is the most precious gift of God to us. Let us use it for all good. Let our life be full with love. Let us love and be loving and spread grace around us. Let not the din of the world and the thick and thin of life disturb the fullness of love in us. Let us be full of grace and full of light. And in the fullness of love, let us be up and awake to serve the will of God and rise to be of real service to ourselves and to our fellow men. Let the glory of the divine dawn in love. Let the bliss of the divine effulgence and the light of love permeate our life and transform our life to the eternal life of the divine being. Let love in us spring as the light of the divine, for the divine is all love in its essential nature, and love is all divine in its truthful expression. The divine is fullness of love, and love is fullness of the divine. Love is the light of divinity. It presents the divine in man. Love is the divine life in man. Love in our hearts is the divine in heaven. The divinity of the heaven dwells in our hearts as love. Love in the heart of man is the shrine of God on earth. Blessed are those who carry the shrine of God in fullness of love in their hearts. And when the drops of love trickle down the melting heart, the angels in heaven run down to count and keep a record. No drop of precious love is ever wasted. For every drop of love flows the unbounded ocean of bliss, and the ocean of bliss unfolds the love divine and fills the heart. Then the eyes lift to God, and God raises his arms and extends his heart, and then the reality dawns. The stream of man's love finds the ocean of God's love and flows into it. And this is the glory of love. The man and God unite in the eternal ocean of love. Let us bring to our life the glory of this love, which brings the heavens in life on earth. Love of God, someone said, is an abstract concept. Yes, it is abstract. It takes the experience of life to make it concrete. Love of God is abstract in its infancy. But let us not forget that it begins to be concrete from the very beginning of life, and imperceptibly grows and grows to become concrete and overtakes our life in full. In its most infant state, love finds an expression on the lap of mother, in the sweetness of the mother's eye. It grows in toys and playfields, in the sweetness of friends and folks of society. It grows in the sweetness of husband and wife. With age and experience, the tree of love grows. It grows with the growth of life and evolution, and finds its fulfillment in the eternal love of the omnipresent God, which fills the heart and overthrows the darkness of ignorance. And then, in the illumination of universal love, the abstract love of God finds concrete expression in everything. All becomes divine radiance of eternal love. Life finds its meaning in the living presence of God. Every phase of life, then saturated with love, breathes the living presence of God. Here, there, and everywhere, in this, that, and everything, nothing but love and living presence of God. This is how, gradually, the personal love naturally moves on to gain the status of universal love, and universal love moves on to find its expression in personal love. There is time in life for everything. Life is progressive on the steps of love, and there is a time significant for every step in love. Every plane of love brings fulfillment to the corresponding plane of evolution. All love, in every phase of every drop of it, is significant to life. Love is the supreme blessing of life. The sun shines, and it shines forever in fullness. It may be that the clouds are gathering. Let them come and go. They go as they come. Take no notice of their coming. You go your way. Make your way through the clouds if they lie on the way. Do not try to dispel them. Do not be held by them. They will go the way they have come. They are never found stationary. But if you like to pause to see them wither away, wait for a while. The wind is blowing anyway. It is to clear the clouds from your way. Just wait to see the cloud wither away, and the sun, the same old sun of love, will shine again in fullness of its glory. When night comes, all appears to be dark. But darkness does not last. The light of the dawn comes on and spreads the love and charm of life. So we shall not mind if the darkness of the night sets in for a while. For the light of love can, for certain, not be gone forever. So we live in love, and we wait in love to grow in life and gain fulfillment in love eternal. Love as love is universal. Personal love is concentrated universal love. Ah, my heart flows when I say personal love is concentrated universal love. The ocean of universal love flows in the stream of individual love. What a blessing in life. The heart in whom the universal consciousness has dawned is able to have the force of the unbounded ocean of universal love even in the stream of personal love. Those who are restricted in their ability to love, those whose love flows only in restricted channels of isolated objects or individuals, those who can only like this or that, those who have no awareness of universal consciousness in their hearts, are like small ponds where the love can flow only as ripples and not as waves of the sea. Such is the love of most of us. We love today and rise to fight tomorrow. Let us not bring shame to love. Let us rise to love forever more and more. When an ocean flows in love, it flows in peace within. When a shallow pond moves to rise high in waves of the ocean, it only stirs the mud at the bottom, and the whole serenity of the pond is spoiled. When a heart, shallow as a pond, seeks to rise high in waves of love, it creates a muddle and brings out the mud that was so far gracefully hidden underneath. To enjoy the ocean of love, we have to improve the magnitude of our hearts and gain the depth of an ocean, unfathomable and full. Let us give the status of an ocean to our heart before we let loose our love to be tossed about by the blowing winds. And having gained the status of the deep, let us open the heart for the ocean of love to flow, and let it flow in fullness. The mighty waves of love will rise in grace and hail the glory of the multiple creation with the bliss of the unity and peace within. And how do we improve the depth of our heart? By probing deep into the purity of our being, by exploring the finer regions of the impulse of love that murmurs in the silent chamber of our heart, by diving deep into the stillness of the unbounded, unfathomable ocean of love present within our hearts, by a simple technique of self-exploration, or by what is commonly known as the transcendental deep meditation, it is easy for every one of us to fathom the unfathomable magnitude of the ocean of love present within, and forever enjoy the fullness of heart in the fullness of life. Love is fullness. It is all embracing. Love binds. It is the unifying force of life. It strengthens unity. It binds, yet binds in freedom. It holds together the bonds of freedom. It knows no discord. This unity is foreign to love. Discord is foreign to love. Disharmony is foreign to love. Love is purity. Love is innocence. Love is fullness, oneness and bliss. It brings fulfillment. Love unifies the scattered ends of life and brings them all together into an integrated whole. Love is the symbol of life. Lack of love denotes lack of life content. And the show of love without genuine love is a shame to life. Simple, innocent, natural, normal state of love without inhibitions is a divine quality, which is the natural quality of graceful life. The divine grace lies in the fullness of innocent love. And in the abundance of love lies the love of God and love of God's creation. And when the lover of life finds himself in the unbounded love of cosmic consciousness, he whispers to his God within himself, "My Lord, in the temple of my heart, on the altar of thy glory, my God, my love is full and thy love is treasured safely. My love for thee is safe and full in freshness and purity at the glory of thy altar. My Lord, thy lordship is secured in the shrine of my heart, and when my love flows, it spreads the glory in thy creation." In love of God, the lover of life finds expression of the inexpressible. Cosmic life gains expression in his activity. The thought of cosmic life is materialized in the process of thinking. His eyes behold the purpose of creation. His ears hear the music of cosmic life. His hands hold on to cosmic intentions. His feet set the cosmic life in motion. He walks on earth, yet walks in the destiny of heaven. Angels enjoy his being on earth. This is the glory of unity, born of love. Let us be in love with all around us. Let us be in love. Let us in love resolve to be in love, for love is life, and certainly we do not want to step out of life. So let us in love resolve to remain in love, and let us never step out of the boundaries of lovingness. For in love dwells the power of creation, wisdom of life, and strength of all good. Certainly, our life has to be all in love. The thread of love has woven the garment of our life. We shall keep it spotlessly clean and pure. Life is a sacred gift of God to us in love. We shall not defy love and shall not spoil this sacred gift of life. Love shall be pure in our life. It will help our evolution and cosmic purpose of creation. It will maintain us on high levels of grace and glory of life. Love shall save us from wrong and guide our path in life. Love shall forever shine on our way, and the light will guide our steps, whether we go slow or fast. The light of love shall forever be with us on our way. Love shall forever be the anchor of our life. We shall be in love, and love shall be in us. We shall live in love, shall grow in love, and shall find fulfillment in love eternal. Jai Gurudev. Our life is the expression of our inner potentialities. We project ourselves to the extent we know of our inner status. And there is much more to life than that which we are already living. Let us consider what more there is to life and what more can be lived than that we are living in the present. Certainly, it is wise to know the whole extent of an expression of our life and to try to bring it in all that we have been missing so far. We know If we drop a stone in a pond, the ripples begin to move, and they move over the whole pond, reaching all the extremities. One slight stir in any part of a pond stirs the whole pond, influences the entire field of water and its surroundings. Similarly, by every thought, word, and action, every individual is setting forth influence in his surroundings, and that influence is not restricted to any boundaries. It goes on and reaches every level of creation. Every individual, by his every thought, word, and action, shakes the entire universe. This is the status of an individual. One is connected with the whole universe by every little bit of his activity. An individual appears to be bound by the boundaries of home and the boundaries of his own body, but in reality, the subtle aspects of the individuality go to make universal existence. An individual is never an isolated individual. He is intimately interrelated with the whole cosmos. Even more than that, he shares the responsibility for the life of the whole cosmos. The entire universe lies in the individual. Cosmic existence lies in the existence of the individual. Cosmic life rests in the individual life, and the individual life extends to cosmic life. The individual and the cosmos are interdependent. Neither of them is independent of the other. Every move of the individual shakes the cosmos. The universe reacts to the individual action. Every individual has this power that shakes the universe and shakes and saves the gods and angels in heaven. Man has this strength that upholds the universe. The individual, by his every action, serves the universe, and the great power of nature is ready to serve the individual if the individual influences the universe for the progression of the process of evolution. By its very existence, the creation is set in motion to go on and on through the steps of evolution. If the action of the individual is in conformity with the purpose of creation and the purpose of evolution, then the individual serves the cosmic purpose of life, and all the great laws of nature readily serve the purpose of the individual. It is a simple and automatic process of give and take. As you sow, so shall you reap. When the individual behaves rightly, he improves, and by so doing, he contributes to the betterment of the entire universe. But when knowingly or unknowingly he behaves wrongly, he acts contrary to the process of evolution. The laws of nature begin to react against him. The individual receives back the result of his wrong actions. If we think right, speak good, and act truthfully, we receive the support of all the laws of nature, carrying out the process of evolution around us. Naturally, when we serve the government, we enjoy all the advantages of the laws of the government, because all the laws are to serve the individual interest. We as individuals have the influence over the whole universe. Every one of us influences the entire universe by every little action we perform. Obviously, we do not perceive it, but at every moment we are either supporting or damaging the entire universe. Better we forget not the great responsibility that we can do and undo the entire creation that breathes the life of God by the simple individual mistakes of ours. The wrong, once done, cannot be undone. It returns to us from all sides. Everything suffers for our wrongdoing, and we are made to suffer for the suffering of all. Thou shalt reap the consequences of thy doings is the fair policy of Mother Nature. She only wants her children to enjoy, but while enjoying the flowers in the garden of God, those who walk loosely falter and fall unduly. The joy of life is there. It depends on us whether we make use of our power and use it or lose it. Better we produce the influence of all harmony, and we will do this by virtue of our natural ability to think, speak, and act rightly. Our individuality will then command the power of the universe. Make use of the cosmic power of the individual law in favor of our desire, and use cosmic life energy for the health and great accomplishments in life. The unlimited source of cosmic life energy is at our disposal. We have only to begin to use it. The great cosmic intelligence lies at our disposal. We have only to connect our individual mind with the cosmic intelligence, with the universal mind, and gain all clarity of thinking and all success in activity, and live a life of eternal freedom on earth. The great possibility of our individual life contacting the universal cosmic life energy and intelligence is here at hand. Eternity lies in the present. Eternity always in the hands of the present. It only needs to be appreciated. The present holds the master key to unlock the treasures of eternity. Every moment of our life is supplemented with the eternity of the bygone past, and that which awaits us in all the moments to come. Eternal existence of the unlimited cosmos is available to us for all power. Certainly, as we have seen, we are influencing the entire cosmic life, but somehow we are not making use of the great unlimited and vast resources of nature that are at all times available to us. We are always giving. Through every thought, word, and action, we are producing an influence in the cosmos. We are always giving. Certainly, we want to give out to our atmosphere all harmony, all peace, all happiness, all love, all serenity and grace. Because this alone is useful and life-supporting. Certainly, we want to create a better life, healthier and more useful surroundings. Therefore, it is of vital importance that we should know where to receive this great life energy, greater happiness, greater intelligence, greater harmony, greater serenity and grace. Yes, there is a primal source of all happiness, from which spreads all happiness that is found in the world. There is a primordial power of life energy, from which all energy emanates. There is one primal source of serenity, from which the serenity and peace spread in all creation. Let us find out where the source is of all these most desirable features of life. And having found out the source, let us try to contact it and be in a position to draw on unlimited amount of happiness and energy, intelligence, peace and grace for all good to ourselves and to our surroundings. We should know that the purpose of creation is expansion of happiness. From a seed grows the tree, from the atom develops the molecules, and the entire field of forms a phenomenal creation. The subtle strata of creation are at the root of the gross strata of nature. The subtlest stratum of life is at the root of all the different levels of life and living. And there is a level of life subtler than the subtlest, which is permeating all the subtle and gross levels of existence. And this subtler than the subtlest stratum of existence, this transcendental state of being, is the basis of all creation. This is the basis of all cosmic life, cosmic intelligence, cosmic energy. And here, at this level of the transcendental absolute being, dwells the cosmic law, which is responsible for all creation and evolution of life. It creates the innumerable laws of nature to carry the ceaseless activity of evolution of the entire cosmos. This cosmic law is such that in itself it never changes. It maintains forever the absolute status of the being, and maintaining the absolute status of the being gives rise to different laws of nature that conduct the process of creation and evolution, a process which continually goes on and on for all times, filling the phases of eternity, of time and space. Here is the eternal being secured by the eternal status of the never-changing cosmic law, which is the source of all creation, the basis of all cosmic intelligence, and the source of all energy, power and creativity. This is the ultimate source of all power. It lies in the field of the absolute transcendental existence, which is omnipresent. And as such, it lies within the heart of every one of us. This untapped source of power that lies within us has to be tapped, and cosmic life energy and intelligence has to be directly and consciously made a part and parcel of our life, and then our individual existence will be naturally supplemented by the cosmic life energy. Our individual mind will be supplemented by the unlimited power of the cosmic intelligence. Our happiness of this sensory level will be supplemented by the bliss of the eternal absolute being. The present creativity of our mind and the ability of our body will be strengthened and reinforced with the boundless energy of the absolute being. The health of both body and mind, and also the health of the surroundings, will be immeasurably improved. Efficiency will be immeasurably increased. By gaining control over the master switch of nature, At the level of cosmic law, the natural laws governing the surroundings become favorable and begin to support the aspirations of our individual mind and the desires of our hearts. We as human beings, having such a perfected nervous system, have the ability to control the powers of nature, make hay when the sun shines. Let us not lose the insight into life and the great possibilities that lie therein. And how do we utilize our ability to harness this cosmic life energy present within? Let us be careful that we do not delude ourselves and become lost in the maze of mystical concepts. For it is very easy to get lost in the wilderness of imaginations and lose the perspective of life. We belong to the realistic age of science. Let us be sure that all that we strive for and achieve remains realistic. Our age of scientific unfoldment does not give credence to anything shrouded in the garb of mysticism. Let us realize the absolute being through a scientific and systematic method of achievement, where every achievement will be supplemented by the personal experience. The way is simple, because the goal lies within us. We have only to dive within ourselves and consciously arrive at the stratum of the absolute existence. For that, we have only to bring our attention from the gross level of existence to the subtle levels of thinking, and diving deep into the thought process, arrive at the subtle states of thinking. We transcend the subtlest state of thinking and consciously arrive at the source of thinking, which is the field of the being that lies beyond the subtlest phase of creation in the transcendental field of eternal being. This is how, by exploring deep within ourselves, by the method of transcendental deep meditation, we arrive to fathom the ocean of life energy present within ourselves and tap the power of cosmic intelligence and bring the force of eternity and cosmic energy in the present, right here and now, and be what we want to be, what we ought to be, and what we deserve to be. Certainly in our life, we do not deserve to suffer or encounter any obstacle on the road to fulfillment, nor do we wish any desire to remain unfulfilled. Suffering should be foreign to us. Every desire that comes up should find its way to fulfillment, and waves of our individual life should flow in the fullness of cosmic life. And this is the life that we deserve to live. Individual life in eternal freedom of cosmic life. Individual life in the bliss of eternal being. Individual life supplemented and supported by the unlimited force of cosmic life. Be it to us, to our neighbors, and to all the individuals in the world. May God bless every man to turn within himself and tap the unlimited source of power that lies within.